Hi, this is Suresh here. I'm an independent management consultant. Today, I'm going to have this exciting conversation with my good friend and colleague, Dr. Rajeena Shahin. Dr. Rajeena is a passionate lifestyle medicine advocate. She is an entrepreneur as well as a medical doctor. The topic that we've taken today for our conversation is productivity. Now, we all know that in these very trying times, when we are all grappling with issues related to the COVID, as well as struggling to even work from home and stay effective in the output that we produce, be it at work or outside, many of us are having a lot of questions of how do I maintain my productivity levels? How can I perform effectively in a consistent manner, be it at work or outside? So I'm really looking forward to getting some tips from a very passionate lifestyle medicine advocate like Dr. Rajeena. Hey Regina, how are you?
Yeah, that's good, Suresh. That's a very relevant concern people are having, especially with COVID-19. Productivity and the concern is not just related to COVID-19, but it kind of aggravated the concern much.
True.
Coming to productivity, productivity cannot be seen in isolation. It has to be a part of overall wellness. You cannot expect someone to be in flow or 100% efficient when somebody is like physically sick, right? So, as a lifestyle physician, we normally look at people at multiple dimensions of health. It's not just the physical health or just emotional health. We look at them, by analyzing the physical, emotional, social, financial, multiple other aspects. We also kind of get some inputs related to their cultural beliefs and systems and things like that. So that the adaptation, the kind of transformation will has to be planned in such a way that it aligns with all these aspects of life, making it easier. So, but when it comes to healthy lifestyle, which uh, leading a healthy lifestyle will definitely lead to healthier productivity or better productivity, provided your challenges and your abilities are matching. If it's too much of challenges and your abilities are not matching, still there will be a problem that has to be addressed at organizational level.
Right.
But coming to the like healthy lifestyle, we see a lot of lot of things which is concerning. People have a very skewed way of looking at healthy lifestyle. And I'll give you some examples. Before that, let me also put across this statistics which I came across in the US. 2016, US has done a study about 5,000 people, and it's done by National Institute of Health and Nutrition examination survey, something like that. So
Okay.
what they have understood is only 3% of the total population which they surveyed only follow this healthy aspect of lifestyle, all aspects
Wow.
of lifestyle. 37% follow only one or two aspects of lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. And we do not have such studies or surveys done in India so far. But from my experience, I feel the numbers are not going to be different, Suresh. It's almost the same, or it's worse actually. Here, I feel that like 50% of the population think about changing a particular lifestyle pattern or their overall lifestyle pattern by the time they hit with the disease. By 40, 45, they're already having hypertension, cholesterol, or pre-diabetes, or even diabetes. That time they think about changing their lifestyle pattern. Reason being, their doctor told them to lose weight. They're also, it's like just about losing weight. They're not having a complete picture of the thing. Another aspect, another kind of category of people which we come across, especially the younger ones under 35, I should, majority of them, they're highly into fitness activities. They are hitting the gym 2 to 3 hours, multiple physical activities, and they are actually having protein supplements or natural protein sources. I mean, they're trying to meet their proteins and things like that. They have
Bulking up.
those. Yeah,
Bulking up.
bulking. They're the strong abs and like biceps and things like that. But when it comes to other aspects of lifestyle, they are also like they are hugely lacking the right awareness. They just overdo certain aspect of lifestyle. I remember some of them even telling me like, why should I think about what I eat, the quality of the food and things like that, because I'm burning anyway whatever I'm eating. So that's what I'm saying. So the right awareness is not there in that category too. And the third category, which is very dangerous, actually, people, those high achievers, where from outside, when you look at it, you feel that their lifestyle is very good. They follow a healthy eating pattern. They are not into any substance abuses. They are following regular gym activities. Everything is good. They're successful. They have, they follow very good lifestyle. But when you analyze in depth, you understand that they are hugely under stress. They're not able to manage their stress levels. Their sleep pattern is very bad. Most of them sleep 4 or 5 hours a day. That too interrupted sleep. Um, these people don't have proper mechanism to manage their stress level too. So when I look at all these things, people don't have right awareness about what is healthy lifestyle. They just overdo certain aspect of lifestyle and just undervalue the other aspect of lifestyle. So overall, whatever they are aiming or the intent is not got. The reason being, yeah, this kind of like overdoing, underdoing. There's no balance.
Well, I really like the point that you have emphasized about the need to look at balance, the need to look at multiple dimensions and aspects and parameters working together, and also the importance for awareness that health and wellness, and for that matter, productivity, can't be just looked at from one or two angles. And you just fix that, and it appears to you that it's working, and then you think that I've got a formula ready here already. So what is more important is to do a thorough analysis across multiple dimensions and then come up with solutions that work for each person.
Exactly. So, as per lifestyle medicine, the 6 pillars of lifestyle, healthy lifestyle are nutrition, right? Nutrition for the body, physical activity, regular physical activity, adequate sleep, um, managing stress effectively, not going for any of these substance abuses. Basically, it's no smoking, avoid excessive alcohol and things like that. And sixth dimension is manage, having healthy relationships. I would like to add 2 or 3 points to it. Basically, first one is achieving and maintaining a healthy body weight. Though it comes under the part of healthy nutrition and physical activity, many cases it doesn't give that benefit if it's not planned well. Okay, and another one is having good hygiene practices, especially in the midst of COVID-19. We need to be having a different lifestyle. This is something which was unexpected in 21st century with so much of technology and medical advancement around this kind of a pandemic. So, managing that, or expecting another pandemic is something which we need to be having in mind while having that lifestyle adaptation. Have planned things so that we avoid such things in future. Social distancing, washing hands, wearing mask, and things like that. Few others like the sunlight, adequate sunlight exposure, and things like that, which we can discuss at a later stage. Coming to achieving and maintaining healthy body weight, I see a lot of them, though they're following a healthy lifestyle and physical activity pattern and things like that, many of them are obese. That's just because, whatever excess calorie has gone into the big body earlier has already been set there. We need to be planning a lifestyle pattern which will help them to lose weight. Obesity is not just a disposing to chronic lifestyle diseases. It also kind of layer up your chronic autoimmune conditions, or can lead to cancer, and also your productivity goes by to a large extent, because you have deformity, you have other issues related to obesity, and so that's something which has to be tackled at first. Then healthy nutrition. Healthy nutrition is something which is like misinterpreted all over the world. Like paleo to keto to multiple diet existing in the world. So people are confused what is healthy nutrition. Nutrition is something which healthy eating is something which provide the right nutrition to the body, the macro, micronutrients in right proportion, so that your body is going to be functioning optimally. Your hormones are at the peak, your cognitive abilities are at the peak. You're so energetic, active, vibrant. You definitely have a good physique too.
So for me, the key takeaway in this segment about nutrition is the need to customize and tailor make diet changes according to the needs of the person, rather than relying on these fad diets, these cult diets that seem to have worked for others, and then we assume that it will work for me, so I'll just take it, import it, and then apply it. What I understand is the need to have a lot of customization according to your body's needs, your conditions, and your goals for wellness going forward.
Excellent. This is exactly what we normally do. Coming to physical activity, basically we are not advocating for those 2 to 3 hours of gym activities. If you're a gym goer, what you basically need is 150 to 300 minutes of um, cardio in a week
Okay.
for a healthy adult. That you can do gym, or you can do some running, or cycling, any of those activities, and 2 to 3 days of strength training, which may need some training most of the cases, and also that flexibility and stretches. That's all what is needed. You don't have to be struggling to go to the gym and do 2 3 hours of physical activity. That's this is different for a sports person as an athlete, but normal healthy adult who's regularly into sitting activity, this is what is needed. What we need to understand is actually it's not about those structured 1 or 2 hours of physical activity. It's just about moving around all the time. You keep moving around 8 hours of sedentary day, and then 1 hour of physical activity. Instead of that, compared to that, you just keep on moving around every 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours, and then have 30 minutes. That has much better benefit. Coming to sleep. Sleep is a major concern with the middle class people. I always feel that people from the slums sleep much better. We are not able to sleep properly. Out of 80% of the people coming to us has some sleep issues actually. It's just that they're sleeping 8 hours, but ineffective, they're getting only 4 hours. That is, they're not getting uninterrupted sleep. So the sleep quality and quantity has to be assessed actually. Each one has to assess their quality of sleep and quantity of sleep, and just see whether, it is inadequate. If it is inadequate, you need to be taking help. And sleep deprivation also leads to cognitive impairment, your lack of productivity, proneness for diseases, even obesity. So that is something which needs to be taken care of. Health, then stress. Stress is actually, as I see that stress is seen as a very positive thing. Definitely stress is something which gives us that adrenaline surge to do things, to achieve something. But in most cases, that doesn't take it that way. The stress level remains in our body for a longer time, chronic stress, and which is not managed well. So that can lead to multiple health conditions. People don't even realize that. They just feel that it's part of me, my being. That's how it is. But that there are ways to get over stress and manage them more effectively, converting them to positive outcomes and things like that. That needs many cases that may need mentoring and support of experts. That's something to.
So, on coming to stress, obviously it's a slow killer and making a lot of problems that we may or may not notice. And what is important, I understand, is the need to tackle this belief that stress is normal, and almost feeling proud that life is very stressful. So, what we actually need is to tackle that belief pattern and really work on solutions to to manage your stress better and take the benefits out of it, because it, as I said, it's a slow killer and it can definitely create a problem when it comes to productivity. But because we have this belief that it's normal, it's something that we've got to live with, I think a lot of people are not getting that connect with productivity and how it really corrodes your effectiveness.
Exactly. The higher cortisol and productivity are inversely proportional.
True.
That is something which has to be taught to people. Then coming to substance abuse, I don't see much of younger population into smoking, but I do come across little 40 something people with this chronic smoking habits. But younger population, what I see mostly is actually like excessive alcohol. Then substance abuse. Actually, this is something. Some cases the parents also like, just like I've tried my level, but it doesn't, or she doesn't come out of it, and things like it's not that your level of trying is actually most of the cases will irritate the person who is already into substance abuse. Actually, you need to take expert professional help in many cases. There are professional organizations itself helping to take people out of substance abuses, and that also one of the productivity pillar, which many cases people think that like taking an alcohol will help them sleep better and making them more creative. These are all actually misconcepts, actually, which we will discuss at a later stage with the scientific facts and figures. And coming to relationships, basically, I myself tell my people at home that we are all sitting together, but everybody is with our own gadgets, including my daughter. It's the same thing with many houses, actually. Like so, we have consciously decided to have a digital detox on Sundays. We do not open any of the gadgets until unless it is necessary. Like we need those connections and bonding on a personal level, not just with the gadgets, actually. That is something which is in the need of the hour. That has a potential to increase your dopamine, give you confidence. That itself is a productivity health booster. That's something which should not be undervalued.
Yeah. I find it quite interesting the emphasis that you've brought in when it comes to relationships, because all your success, all the pursuits and outcomes that you create will become meaningless if your personal life is in a mess. And it is important to understand the connect that it has to your productivity, but also your sense of fulfillment, I guess, in the long run. What are you
Yes.
really after? Yeah.
Totally agree with you. I am a great fan of this book by Talvin Sheher, Happiness, in
Uh-huh.
which he's talking about the ultimate currency. Ultimate currency is happiness, which like we think that we kind of we are pursuing happiness by trying to work more, earn more, but it's a balance which gives us happiness that many cases we do not realize. So like so. What I understood is actually now coming to Corona era, we need to be thinking about like how to live in a pandemic. So our hygiene habits are very important. Washing hands very often, observing social distance, wearing mask wherever wearing mask and all other break the chain procedures wherever possible. These are kind of things not only help us overcome corona, but also help us to kind of prevent other infections, bacterial or viral, or even some other pandemic can come in another 10 years. Who knows, actually?
True.
Nobody expected this kind of a pandemic in 21st century when there was medical, every technology, everything was in its advanced stage, actually. So something which has to be taken care of. So healthy hygiene. Then actually sunlight exposure, multiple other factors are there which we can discuss at a later stage.
So, Rajeena, that was a wonderful conversation. I've got to learn a lot. I'm sure our viewers also would have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. One big understanding that really stays with me is the need for multiple aspects, dimensions, multiple parameters to all work together, rather than looking at piecemeal approaches, formulas, and quick fixes that might work in the short run, but actually to embrace a complete overhauling across different levels and dimensions. And I remember when you were talking some time back about brain health, for example, you were giving some tips about how certain foods and certain practices while you eat can actually impact the quality of your brain functioning and thereby productivity as well. So, in our further conversations, I really look forward to getting a lot more tips like that. And I totally enjoyed this conversation, and I'm very thrilled, and I'm looking forward to more conversations to take the discussion further, Rajeena. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you.